Welcome and welcome back to the Flow of Life Tarot. We're just going to do a quick dive into the energies and see the flow of where things are right now. Whenever you find this is timeless, I'm recording in Leo season, and just as I was shuffling and I pulled out some cards, at the bottom of the deck we had this Capricorn full moon, end of a tough cycle approaches, and I could feel this sense of relief. So that's a lovely appropriate card. And we also have these 3 cards for our flow. What do you need to release? It's time to release negativity. The answers you need are coming. Absolutely beautiful energies. So whatever it is you've been going through this week, whenever you're watching this, we're always going through cycles within cycles. But specifically, whatever this is about, you are ready to be releasing. I know there was a video last week about releasing your fears. It was another Scorpio card that was leading that moon card. So let's jump in with the tarot and get more specific. We've got the Rider-Waite, and what do you need to release? Waning moon. So the waning cycle is after we've had a full moon, and it's a bit like the ebbing of a tide, releasing. Okay. Let's see what's flowing. I think the whole deck might be upside down. It is. So I'm going to spin all these around. Page of Pentacles. That's certainly a new answer coming in. The page is the student and the learner with fresh new eyes. And look at the way he holds this pentacle with such joy and appreciation and love. And then we've got the 3 of Swords. Okay, so I feel, especially with this Capricorn card, that this is definitely like a work energy or project or something that you've put graft into, and time and energy and effort, and you're still, holding on for that, that sense of faith and wonder that when you have that sort of joyful full energy when you begin a new project. But I see that you've really had some heartache, and this it feels like it's been a real slow, hard slog. We haven't got 10 of Wands or 9 of Wands or 9 or 10 of Swords here, but you've put your heart and soul into this, and perhaps it's taken a bit longer than you expected, which has perhaps caused a bit of heartache. And you see, whenever you look at the 3 of Swords, it's piercing the heart, but it's, swords are the mind, it's the air, it's thoughts. So it's the thoughts that are causing the heartbreak. Okay, so I'd say this is about managing expectations, and perhaps this is referring to what's needing to be released specifically is more the expectations. I was going to say that it's one thing to have hope and faith and trust and that desire and the heart soul growth and pushing, fueling you. Okay, but then to have thoughts that are, I was going to say unrealistic, but thoughts that aren't serving. They may even just be self-doubt, negative talk, habits and patterns, thoughts that you hadn't even noticed that were causing you heartache, and perhaps creating expectations that have been unrealistic. So you set a time goal or a specific target, and have felt heartbreak from not reaching that. It's taken too long, and you're wondering why it's not worked out. But maybe what you really needed was to adjust the goal or the time scale. So it's not that it's wrong, but perhaps a bit unrealistic. It's like if you grow a plant from seed, you put it in the soil and you're all excited, and then you sort of wake up the next morning expecting to see a shoot. That's unrealistic, depending on what you're growing, of course. But you get the analogy. It's not to say that it isn't going to happen, but that's why I say managing expectations and adjusting a bit. And with this scorpionic energy, it's definitely something to do with fears, definitely something that needs releasing within you, that has quite possibly been what's making things dry. Okay, just had a quick adjustment there. This feels like a lecture and I can feel my throat tightening up. So it's not intended to be a lecture. What's lovely is we see the progression from the 3 to the 4. So you're already moving towards that state of peace and rest, and going through this release process and just having a quick check-in, even if it's a 5-minute check-in. It doesn't need to be some big, huge psychoanalysis and massive traumatic breakdown of your psyche. It can be as simple as, oh, actually, this takes a bit longer, or that needs this. So releasing these expectations, releasing so it doesn't say fears, it says the negativity. And this is questioning, what do you need to release? So there may be something specific that you know. And again, whatever it is, release the negativity that comes with that. Okay, that's why the expectations thing example is quite good, because it's not saying it's never going to happen, like when you plant a seed, but you need to know more about the plant and how to nourish it and take care of it to have a realistic expectation. So it's the negativity attached to it, right? And then doing this is going to bring through the information that you do need. And I feel that that's what's going to be rocket fuel. And it's funny that that's come up, that rocket fuel came to mind specifically. And move out of this hanged man situation that you may well have been in. I feel we've already got quite a clear message on this. The moon, got 3 of these beautiful moonology cards here. This deck's lovely because it has extra words, but often the moon's associated with the subconscious and subconscious patterning, and sometimes our fears that are in the shadow, but also that intuitive, that beautiful, nourishing aspect of the moon. Look at the way the light's just hitting that. So I feel that there's something that's going to be illuminated quite swiftly in terms of what it is you need to release. And it's interesting that we have the Page of Pentacles underneath here, because this almost, to me, looks like he's about to set this free, like a bird that's about to fly. He's not holding tightly to this pentacle. It's not like the 4 of Pentacles. And we've got that light bouncing on the moon. It's really, really illuminating and really emphasizing the relationship we have between the Earth, the Sun, and the Moon, and how the solar light reflects back with this lunar light. And then we have the Chariot, which is the card of the moon, and Cancer. The sign of Cancer rules the moon. So this suggests that movement is coming, okay? Whether it's removing these 3 of Swords, movement within your psyche, within yourself. I feel like the stagnation that you may have been feeling is going to be released. Oh, look, isn't that funny? The Hangman pops out again. Yeah, so we're moving out of this Hanged Man, which is emphasizing this 7 of Pentacles. Yeah, he's been waiting, not unhappily, but he's been waiting a while. And that's that Hanged Man energy that you've been feeling and is going to be changing. But the beautiful thing about the Hanged Man, which is Piscean Neptune energy, is that he or she in this image sees the world differently, from a different perspective, in a different light, in a different view, in a different way. Releasing expectations that are perhaps unrealistic, reframing things so that these thoughts and beliefs aren't causing you heartache, aren't making you feel like you're having to wait unnecessarily. So this is beautiful flow and unfolding of these energies. And beautiful messages coming through with all of these. And okay, we've got 2 here for this. Oh, wow, 9 of Pentacles. Okay, so this is really just a message from, I look at that beautiful piece of dove of peace. Really is just a beautiful affirmation from Source, divine creation, divine Mother Earth, just saying that you are headed in the right direction. This is what you're aiming towards. This is your goal. I did say it's a work situation, specifically with this Capricorn moon here. So you are on the right track. Don't let these possibly negative thoughts or slightly skewed perspective or expectations or views of things, or whatever it is, these those swords that are causing heartache. It's not a big problem. It's just like clearing away the dust. Oh, and the sun. Wow. I mean, one of the most, if not the most buoyant, abundant, beautiful, vibrant cards in the tarot. The sun is just fantastic. And I feel like I sound monotone. It's another interruption there. Yeah, the sun, just absolutely stunning. And with this Nine of Pentacles, it's like a power charging booster. And how lovely to have the moon here and then finishing with the sun. And of course, what does the sun do? It illuminates and brings in fresh knowledge and information, as affirmed by this full moon in Gemini card here at the end. So that's a power pack. And look, this is with this beautiful piece. You know, it could be as simple as taking time to meditate, taking time to rest, relax, nourish yourself, is what brings in this, you know, fresh, new insight and information awareness. But I feel that's all really part of the flow that's unfolding in your world and in your life right now. Just such beautiful messages. I wonder if there's anything else that you really need. Yeah, bottom of the deck is the Mother Star. Yes. Well, I did ask if there's anything else that you really need. Okay. If there's any more cards, I'm going to just pick one mystical shaman oracle. Let's just see. I've got them here. Okay. Okay, I'll just connect with these. What is it that needs to be known? The highest good and greatest well-being. Okay, this is what just fell very quietly. So this goes quite nicely with this the Hanged Man. And talking about perception, it's really clearing this lens of perception and taking time to meditate, which will allow the waters to still and to calm so that you can see through them clearly. Connecting in with yourself. As ever, these are always the kinds of messages that I feel come through this, you know, affirmation of connecting with yourself, being grounded. And in this case, it really is as simple as that. Connecting with yourself, taking time to ground. Like the Four of Swords is a card of meditation as well. And really the Hanged Man is, yeah, beautiful. And look at this beautiful radiant solar disc behind the Buddha's head. Absolute enlightenment. And you can see the higher self here behind, and then of course going up and up. Beautiful. And then the root, the red roots here. So whenever you find this message is the perfect time for you. Connecting with yourself, connect deeply. Take a moment to see what it is you need to release and let go of. Clear your lens of perception. meditate, ground, relax, and take care of yourself. Thank you for being here. Take what resonates, leave the rest. As ever, these are intended for your highest good and greatest well-being. And yeah, see you again soon. Thanks for being here. Bye.